Hello guys, I'm back. I hope I am. Well, I'm here at least. And today's reading is a collective reading. And I don't know if you have noticed, but I have. Some weird stuff has been happening lately. And at first I thought it was just me, but then I noticed that no, actually it's not just me. People have been falling out with their families, having huge arguments and disagreements, walking away from long-term friendships and relationships, and just some strange things have been happening, intense things have been happening. And so I was wondering, what is this cleansing, washing machine like period is all about. So that is what we're going to have a look at today. If you have been experiencing something similar to the cleanse or detox, or we can use the more generic terms, the dark night of the soul, where you feel like the older version of you is dead, but the new version of you is yet to be born. And the people that you used to feel as though were your friends are no longer friendly, or no longer feel like friends, or no longer bring you the same joy when you meet them. Or you suddenly notice that you no longer want to try and fit in, or you no longer want to be a part of toxic relationships in perhaps your family, or whatever it is. If you feel like you've been in a spiritual washing machine, then this reading is for you. So uncross your legs and cross your arms so that you can receive this information clearly. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest, and let's go. What is this period of hardship is bringing? What is it? Where is it leading you? Why is it here? What is it trying to show you? And where is it going? Where are you going with all this? What is the point of this? Let's have a look. The point is that to start with, it's a free fall and you have to trust it. You have to trust it. Let's bring this a bit closer. You have to trust it, and there is no avoiding it, there is no bypassing it, there is no sneaking away. This is the period where all the fears, all that is no longer represents who you really are, and all that is holding you back and stuck in the old versions of yourself that are no longer true, that you have outgrown. All of it is now peeling off. And so you literally feel like it's a free fall, or as if a rug has been pulled from underneath your feet and you're falling, but you don't know where is up and where is down. This is what's happening, so that you can let go of that which is no longer serving you. You can let go of self-limitations. You can let go of the parts of yourself where you are not completely honest with who you are, where you are, perhaps someone says something and you really feel like it's not fair, or it hurts your feeling, or you don't like what you hear, but yet you're afraid to lose the friendship of that person, or you don't want to get into an argument, so you say nothing, and you say nothing again next time, and you say nothing again next time. And although we think that this is being kind or this is being politically correct, in all actuality, actually, if your heart tells you otherwise, if what the person tells you is hurting you, or if they continue to say things that are hurting you, if they continue acting in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable, but you keep sucking it up and you keep taking it in, the time has come to be honest with yourself and say, what am I choosing? Am I choosing myself, or am I choosing this unhealthy dynamics whereby I am ready to let go or ignore a part of myself just in order to have this friendship? And is it really a friendship? So all the fears, all the anxieties, like I've been noticing that a bunch of fears that I have had since I was a child are suddenly coming up and resurfacing. Also, when you let go of people without having new people coming into your life, it's scary because you don't really know where you're going to end up. Am I going to be alone? Am I going to have no friends? But then there is a part of you that is quietly whispering as well, but were they really friends if you've lost them that easily? So it's a free fall, and all you have to do is trust. It's literally what it feels like. It's a cleanse. It's time to allow yourself to move forward and leave that which is no longer true to you, that which is no longer in alignment with where you want to be and who you choose to be. All of that needs to be left behind. What else? It's the time for self-reflection. It's the time for taking the space that's needed in order to understand what is it that you really want, who is it that you really are, and who that you want to be, because we're creating ourselves. Every day, with every choice we make, with every word we say, with every action we take, we are creating our own reality, and we are choosing the person that we want to be. And the beauty of it is that we can recreate ourselves over and over and over again. If there is something about yourself that you do not like, you can choose to work on that part, on removing it, releasing it, letting it go, and recreating yourself again. And in order to do that, we have to be okay to be alone. Being alone and being lonely is a very different thing. Sometimes life puts us in situations where we are forced to be alone, and where everyone who we thought were our friends or family have literally vanished and disappeared, or we no longer resonate with those people. And that is the time where you have to stand up for what you believe, stand up for who you believe yourself to be, for your own truth, because there is no such thing as the truth, at least not while we're in this physical reality. Everybody has their own perception, and everybody is living in their own world. So what's true to you might not be true to that person. We can come quite close to having people in our life that are thinking in a very similar way that we do, that see the world in a very similar way that we do. And if we find those people, we're lucky. But a lot of the times, people will have completely different understanding of what's going on in the world, what they want and how they see things. And it's okay, as long as you don't feel that their views on the world are somehow causing you to shut yourself away or to push a part of yourself down in order to fit into their perception of reality. The moment one has to become smaller so that the other person can have their beliefs on and running, it's time to move away. And so this is what It's saying, your world is your world, your truth is your truth. What do you believe? Find that first within yourself, and then it will reflect in the world outside of you. So now is the time for going in, for feeling what needs to be felt, for being comfortable with feeling what has to be felt, for dealing what has to be dealt, so that you can literally recreate yourself anew, so that you can let go of that which is dragging you down. And for some people it might be family issues as well, letting go of toxic relationships or patterns and dynamics within a family. It doesn't mean we have to throw those people out of our life, no. But there might be a period of time where you step away and the communication sort of stops until what has to settles within you, and until you're clear about what is it that you need to process, what is it that you need to release, and what is it that you need to honor within yourself. So if you're finally finding yourself alone, sitting on the cliff in your pajamas, with no friends calling you because you have fallen out with all and everybody, don't be alarmed. Of course, asking yourself a question, am I just simply arguing with everyone because my opinion, my way is the highway? Then it's good to have a self-reflecting moment and check in with yourself. But if it's just happening here and there, whereby the universe is literally pushing you out of your shell and asking you, will you stand up for yourself now when this person is abusing you, when they're saying things that hurt you? Will you now stand up for yourself? And it's giving you a chance to do so. So what else? Clearing your mind, working, noticing those thoughts that are repetitive thought patterns and outdated programs and beliefs. Really looking into where am I biting my own tail, where am I not allowing myself to move forward, where am I being self-critical, where am I doubting myself, where am I maybe criticizing myself too much, where am I diminishing myself, where am I bringing myself down. So noticing those thoughts and remembering that we create what we think. What we think creates our reality. First there was a word, that's from the Bible, but was there really a word first? First there was a thought, first there was a desire. And so then the thought turns into a word, and then it turns into an action, and then let's say we have such thing as looping thoughts. I give you an example. For example, I feel sad. I feel sad, so I go and eat cake. Because I ate cake when I feel sad, I become overweight. Because I'm overweight, I cannot go to the beach, and because I cannot go to the beach, because I'm not happy with my body, I'm sad again. And so I'm back to the beginning. I'm sad, then I eat cake, then I get fatter, then I feel unhappy about my look, or I feel whatever it is that you're doing. I drink instead of eating cake. Then I get drunk, then I wake up, then I blame myself for getting drunk, then I tell myself, see, you always fail. And then we come back to the same thought pattern. I always fail. Because I'm failing, I'm going to go and get drunk. Because I have gotten drunk, see, you have failed. And so we constantly go through this looping thought processes without even noticing it. So now is the time to stop, slow down, and notice what is it that I'm thinking. Sort your mind. Notice. We don't have to judge ourselves. We don't have to be critical or harsh about what we're doing. All we have to do is observe, and that's what meditation is essentially about. It's not about having no thoughts at all. It's about sitting and watching them as clouds passing by and noticing, oh wow, I didn't know that I was thinking that. It's literally observing that which goes on within your body, within your mind, within your emotional body, within your mental body, within your physical body. It's just watching it. So that, because nothing is unaffected by the observer. Whatever we observe transforms and changes. So is the future reading, so is the crystal ball future predictions, anything. So all the traits and emotional issues and patterns and belief systems, the moment we notice it, without judgment, just purely observing it, it transforms. And so what thoughts are you thinking? What reality are you creating? Is this the reality that you want? Obviously, if you wake up every day and make an effort to love yourself and to tell yourself that it's okay to make mistakes, we're here to experience life and to make mistakes, and I love you, and you're beautiful and you're amazing, and look how many squats you've done today, look what an amazing meal you've made today, look how you've loved your family today although you felt tired. And it's okay to feel tired. When we become that loving friend, that loving parent to ourselves, and we pick ourselves up when we're falling down, then we truly can find people in our lives that will reflect that back at us. So if you have people around you that you're falling out with that are now suddenly falling off as a dead skin of a snake, let them go and notice within yourself, I have probably grown out of these relationships, and that's why these people are now living my life. And giving yourself time to attract the people that will resonate with the level of the consciousness in which you reside right now. And that's growing, that's shedding old skin. So your thoughts today create your reality. What thoughts are you thinking today? What are you creating for yourself? Because every thought, every word, every deed is the paintbrush with which you are painting your life. So thinking positive thoughts. And we're not talking here ignoring what we're feeling. Here we said introspection, going within and feeling what has to be felt. And when we say positive thoughts, we're not saying when you have a massive headache pretending that you don't. No. But we often say, oh my God, it's going to be so horrible, I don't want to go to this interview, or I will fail. This is negative. You can say, let's see how will this go. I have studied, I have prepared, I know I can do this. This is not being delusional. This is not some forceful positive affirmations. This is something that a friend will tell you. So being your best friend and noticing those toxic negative thoughts and replacing them with the thoughts that a loving parent or a loving friend would have told you, and becoming that loving parent and loving friend for yourself. A few more words before we close up. What else? Why is this period of cleansing? What for is it given to you? What is it teaching you? Where is it guiding you? What is it reminding you? The message is, and this is happening very fast, it's a very dynamic period and it's not going to last forever. It's going to be a fast transition, fast transformation, because as we all growing collectively, as we're all waking up and realizing that this old way of living, this old way of being asleep is not what we want anymore, and realizing what is what, realizing what the governments are doing, realizing what the world is, in which state the world is, when we're waking up to the truth within ourselves, and therefore a collective truth of all of us. We're moving from this place of lack, a place of disconnection, a place of inner depletion, and because we're so inner depleted and separated from the source, we're separated from the nature, we're separated from the life that is true life. How many of us actually go for walks in nature? How many of us just go to work in the big cities, come back to our small apartments, and then never connect with what life really is? Never hear the birds singing, never watch the grass swaying, never hear the wind rustling the leaves. Because that is life. And then when we truly live that, there is no need for asking, what is my purpose? So the point of this period of time is coming out of this place of inner emptiness, a place where we had to go out and find fulfillment outside of ourselves, and realizing that we are creating the tapestry of our own life, collectively and individually. We all have a little piece to play in this, and the healing happens when we drop the defenses, when we drop the need to separate to you and I, when we drop the need, when we let go of the need to feel the empty void, when we drop the need to avoid feeling the difficult feelings and calling them difficult, but we allow ourselves to feel everything. And then we connect to the rest of the world, because we realize that everybody is having the same experience, so we can heal that inner hungry ghost, inner hunger for buying more things, drinking more, eating more, trying to find something to fill that void. We no longer have to do that, because we have the power to change that individually and collectively. The moment you change something within yourself and your perception shifts, your perspective shifts, your perception of the world shifts as well. And so this all happening on the collective and on individual level all at the same time. And this is happening to all of us, as I mentioned earlier. At first I thought it was just me, but as I continue speaking to friends and neighbors, and everybody just keeps repeating the same experience. I had a massive argument with my family. I'm no longer speaking to them. I finally realized that the relationships were toxic, and I had to push down who I was. And the moment I would express what I feel, I was rejected. I've fallen out with so many friends. I had to change job. I moved countries. It's happening to all of us. We're literally being asked every day, what is no longer true to you? What are you ready to heal? What are you ready to let go? Moving from experience of lack and disconnect into realization that I am the creator of my own reality, and so are all of us together. And when we begin to vibrate on the same level, and when everyone begins to wake up, and this is happening very swiftly, when everyone begins to wake up at the same time, we all begin to create our reality, and my truth is no longer so separate from yours, because we no longer have to pretend that we are one tiny separate individual so different from one another. We realize that we are all one. What else? This is getting longer than I expected. Healing the separation, healing the heartbreak, uniting, coming together. We are here for one another, and loving each other on our way back home, loving each other to awakening, being there for each other, loving each other, and working together to close the gap, to remember that we are all one, that we are all together, that we go through same experience, and your pain is no better than mine, and my sorrow is not deeper than yours, and no one is better than another. We're different, but we are the same. We are one, and we are a representation of the same thing. We are our environment, we are our ancestors, we are separate, yet simultaneously we are one. And the beauty is in that paradox. And so closing the gap, recognizing yourself in the eyes of another person, compassion, love, mutual respect and support and understanding, shifting from me to us, shifting from them versus us to us as one unit together. That's what's happening. So when you're falling out with other people, becoming one doesn't mean that you have to suck up and take in all the mean words or comments, or doesn't mean that you have to allow others to hurt you. No, the moment you choose yourself and the moment you choose to love yourself, the moment you trust the guidance that you hear within, you're validating yourself, you're respecting yourself, you're loving yourself. That will reflect in the world outside of us, because you're starting to live your truth. And that's how we can unite. Not by ignoring ourselves, not by taking in more than we're supposed to take, not by allowing others to walk all over us. No. And then becoming angry and hating everyone around and pointing fingers at them. No, stepping back and saying, okay, I don't choose that anymore. I create my reality and I create my world. And I want unity and I want love and I want respect and I want understanding and I want kindness. And you give it to yourself first, and then you can place it there outside in the world. Because first we have to know how it feels within, so that we can experience it externally. And in order to know how it feels within, we have to give it to ourselves. So then we no longer experience it as something we don't have and we have to go out and get, but we realize that we always have it because we can give it to ourselves, and that feeling of being self-sufficient and complete just within yourself, without having to have anything done by anyone else externally, then you can recreate that experience as your reality in the world. Okay, we have gone here Ram Dass kind of way today, but I guess that's what had to come through. Thank you for being here. This was Elora, and good luck with your spring cleaning, with your washing machine, wherever you are, on the wash, on the rinse, on the spin. Know that it's gonna pass, know that it's what is needed, know that it's healing, know that it's moving forward. Choose yourself, love yourself, and thank you for being here.